Hi, this is Bill, and you are on the Travel Beat with Angela and Bill, your source for all things travel. Today I want to take you on a recent cruise that I went on the Carnival Sunrise. Unfortunately, Angela was unable to make this cruise due to work requirements, so I will not only be showing you the cruise ship, I will also be showing you what it's like to travel solo and cruise solo. So come along for the journey and make sure you watch till the end and you'll hear my full thoughts on cruising by yourself. This is actually not the first time that I've sailed on the Carnival Sunrise. I actually sailed on the Carnival Sunrise back about 9 years ago when it was the Carnival Triumph. Carnival Triumph was in service since 1999 and was renamed in 2019 to the Sunrise after an extensive dry dock and renovation. To talk about the elephant in the room, many of you may have heard of the poop cruise. If you did not, you might want to Google it or watch a YouTube. Essentially, there was a fire on board years ago, it lost power, and there was a major issue with electrical and plumbing issues throughout the ship. Again, I'll leave you to watch that video and see what the poop cruise was about. However, there were no issues on board when I was on the cruise ship, and the cruise ship has been fine for many sailings since. The embarkation process couldn't have gone any simpler. It was during the early restart, so the cruise ship is about 30% full, but I went from the curbside to onboard the ship in probably about 15 minutes. It was pretty rainy that day, so I didn't do my normal embarkation day routine, which was actually better because Angela wasn't there, and embarkation day is our absolutely favorite day in the world to explore the ship. So luckily my room was ready a little early. Well, it's about a half an hour before the room's supposed to be ready. My luggage is already delivered. I'm in room 1386. I don't suggest this for a family of 4, but it's an interior stateroom at a great price, and I'm on the ship and don't plan on being in the room much anyway. Pretty standard room. No view. Nicely decorated.
It's not fun getting sick, especially on vacation. So while we're busy making sure you're safe and having fun,
I am not seeing any outlets by the nightstands.
Often, colds, the flu, and viruses
Safe.
spread by indirect contact.
Plenty of hangers.
Washing your hands off is the best way to prevent getting sick.
Again, lots of space to hang things.
Like handbills. And onshore excursions too.
And the life vest and some more storage. I have a feeling this might be kind of tough to get to with the door closed, but it opens a different way, but it is what it is. Again, I was planning on being in the room much. There are USB ports by the bed, which is good, but no regular outlets. So I use CPAP, so I was bringing an extension cord that I'll just drag across the room. And again, USB ports over here. As you can see, we had a pretty good storm rolling in the port of Miami. So pool wasn't an option on embarkation day either. Like I said, it was a little bit odd without having Angela there. That's always our favorite day. The excitement of the ship, the excitement of everybody on the ship. But I stayed out on the deck to catch a little bit of the show with the lightning and fireworks over Miami. Carnival really did a good job when they renovated the ship or dry docked it and renamed it. It was actually very hard for me to recognize that the Sunrise was the same ship I was on. Even though my memory's not great these days, it was a little odd walking through ship and not being able to connect it with the ship I had been on. And of course, it wouldn't be a sail away without me getting a little video of Miami's finest escorting us safely out of the harbor and off to commence our cruise. God bless the men and women of law enforcement. much like other cruise lines, there are some staples that you're going to find on almost every Carnival ship. The Alchemy Bar, where they make specialty cocktails, and the bartenders have a little bit more of a flair of doing it, was on board. There's Piano Bar 88, which I spent quite a bit of time in. Piano bars are one of my favorite things. This ship had a Red Frog rum pub. Many ships do not have the pub, they have the bar on the pool deck. But this is actually a full bar where they have seating, they do some games, karaoke, great rum-based cocktails, and just in general a nice Latin feel to it, nice Latin decor, and a really fun place to go before or after dinner. What was really impressive, and this has been true with the cruise industry in general since the restart, is that there's been plenty of entertainment options, although there's with some social distancing and some masking requirements here or there, which there still are. It was all in all a much more normal experience than all-inclusives and certainly domestic resorts during the restart. The first evening I ate in the main dining room, which was very good, even though it was a little bit strange eating at the main dining room at a table by yourself. As you can see, Carnival is always a show. They have the waiters do various songs and dancing, and here they dance on the service tables. It's a fun experience. Carnival is a fun ship. Carnival is a very party atmosphere crowd. The waiters I had were excellent. In fact, they probably spent more time talking to me at the table while I was eating than I would have liked, because I think they felt a little bad that I was by myself. But it was great. They were very friendly, and just really can't complain about how great the service was. Our first port was Nassau, which I decided to stay on the ship for a variety of reasons. One, it was raining most of the day. Two, it was a Sunday and a lot of things in Nassau were not opened yet. And three, being fairly soon after the restart, Nassau was, as you can see, was pretty desolate anyway. A lot of the shops had not reopened at that point. As you can see, doing construction by the pier. However, they have done a lot. Pretty much everything's been open since we've been to Nassau afterwards. Coincidentally enough, the Odyssey of the Seas, which you see right in front of you here, that was docked with us. A lot of people had the same idea about Nassau, so I spent the day in the pools and kind of wandering around doing some of the onboard activities. Met some really, really nice people who I still stay in contact with on Facebook. Again, that's one of the most amazing things about cruises, is the people you meet and you remain in contact with even for years later. The next port of call was Halfmoon Key, also in the Bahamas. Now this is what they refer to as a tender port, which means that your ship has to dock a little bit off of the island, and then you take ferry boats or tender boats. Some places it's actually lifeboats they use, and for a short 10 to 15 minute trip maybe till you dock on the island itself. I had never been to Halfmoon Key before, but had always wanted to. It's a private island that is shared by Carnival Cruise Lines and also Holland America, and there's a lot of Holland America things there. When you first enter, there's a little straw market area where they sell some local things. There is also some souvenir shopping. As you can see, sauces, jellies, different things that they come onto the island on every day and sell. The weather, unless like the last couple of days, were absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, our cruise ship is docked off a little bit off the beach. It was a beautiful day, and I really, really enjoyed it. Again, missing Angela a whole lot because she really loves the beach, and it just was, again, a little bit odd not having her with me. So far, Halfmoon Key is certainly our favorite destination, or private destination in the Bahamas. The water is absolutely crystal clear and beautiful. Also, that pirate ship that you see in the distance there is actually a bar you can go into, and there's 2 levels to it. Hi, this is Bill from Finest Travel Agency, coming to you from Halfmoon Key in the Bahamas. It's in September 2021. As you can see in the background is my cruise ship, the Carnival Sunrise. I've been on for the past few days. We stopped in Nassau yesterday. Nassau rained quite a bit. This is my first visit to Halfmoon Key. This is one of Carnival's private islands, it's a private destination. The ship docks a little bit out, and you have to take a tender over. The tender ride was about 15 minutes. Right off the bat, I got to tell you, this is the clearest water I have ever seen in my life. I wish my pool in my backyard was as clear as it was here. The water is not deep either. Right now I'm standing in probably about 4 feet of water, and it goes 4 feet out from the beach, pretty much all the way out to where I'm standing now. Very calm. I wish I had brought my wife's float with me. Just beautiful. In the background, you can see now there's a shipwreck. The shipwreck is actually a bar. Haven't checked that out yet. I will at some point today. They also do a barbecue lunch on the island. Over my shoulder now, you can see some cabanas that you can rent. They have 1-level and 2-level cabanas. The one thing I will tell you is that your drink package, even though this is a private island owned by Carnival Corporation, your drink package does not work on the island. You can use the sail and sign card. You can purchase your beer, purchase your sodas, all of that, but your drink package is not part of it. So just keep that in mind when you're coming on here. The prices, it can add up. They had a little straw market when I came in. There was a couple of local vendors selling some T-shirts and some handmade stuff. It looks like a lot still isn't open due to COVID. Everybody's still trying to get up to gear. But like I said, this is really beautiful. I wish my wife Angela was with me. She'd really love this water. This is just made for just floating around and relaxing. See a lot of fish in the water. Like I said, it's so clear you can see your toes. For good or for bad, there's people here that are screaming because they don't realize that when you're in the ocean water, yes, there are fish. So that's been interesting. Anyway, I'm going to go. This is probably the nicest private destination I've been to of all of them. They do not have a pool, but it's not crowded at all. The other thing I'll mention is that unless you rent a clamshell or a cabana, there are no umbrellas, so there's no shade. Bring your sunscreen, drink plenty of water, and if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message or comment on the video. Again, it's Bill from Finest Travel Agency. Here's the inside of that pirate ship I was telling you about. Really neat, very interesting. Again, you have to pay for the drinks. Your drink package doesn't work, which is a bit of a bummer. Back on board the ship, I forget which day this is, but I believe it is the last sea day or the last port day that Carnival Cruise Lines does a kind of a towel animal invasion of the pool deck. The artwork that goes into is absolutely amazing. The different animals they make, it's really neat. Some cruise lines actually offer classes in towel animal making, which I haven't done yet, but I definitely want to do. If you remember what day it is for Carnival, you can go ahead and mention it down in the comments. And while you're at it, if you're enjoying this content, please subscribe and hit that like button so you won't miss out on any of our future videos. Again, just to give you a little idea of how clear the water is, this is just right off the dock looking down. The last of my 3 ports on this sailing was on the island of Bimini, which again is in the Bahamas. Bimini has been an island for quite some time that's been inhabited by residents, both local residents and also kind of a place for the rich and famous to go hang out. Resorts World has opened a casino and there's several hotels on the island. Also, Virgin Voyages has entered into a partnership with Resorts World to open the Bimini Beach Club, which is located on the left of the tram. It's about a 10-minute tram ride from the port to the Resorts World Bimini Beach Club, as it's called. Bimini Beach Club is, again, operated by Virgin Voyages. At this time, Virgin Voyages wasn't even sailing it, so Carnival was using it on several sailings, but it's definitely not a usual port. And before you ask in the comments, no, this is not how fast the tram goes. I sped it up a little bit to save some time. The ride was a little bumpy though, so just be prepared for that as well. The cobblestones on the ground weren't the smoothest in the world.
Our next stop is Fisherman's Village. On arrival, please exit the train for the following excursions: snorkeling tours, stingrays, as well as golf cart and bicycle rentals.
Resorts World Bimini. Beach 360 offers breathtaking landscapes and unbeatable turquoise waters. This Bahamian destination is one of the world's best hidden gems. Spend the day lounging oceanfront in cozy beach chairs and swim in the clearest turquoise waters of the Atlantic Ocean, where it's summer all the time. You can indulge in delicious beach-inspired cuisine, along with your favorite tropical cocktail. A place you can be without getting too far from the action. For your safety, please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside while the train is moving. And please supervise children. Please hold on to hats, glasses, or any loose items that may fall from the tram. If an article should fall, please stay seated until the next stop and inform the driver. Thank you.
Bimini Beach Club was really nice. The sand is very white. The water was a little rough the day I was there, but it was still, the water was beautiful. It wasn't quite as clear as Halfmoon Key was, but it was still very, very nice. The beach club itself is beautiful. It's got 2 long pools. It was a little chilly the day I went in September. For those who don't know, the Bahamas are off the coast of Florida, so it can get a little chilly at times. There are 2 long pools. There was a DJ playing at certain different points. They do have food and alcohol for sale when Carnival is in there, which are a little pricey for my taste, quite frankly. The onboard experience was really nice. Carnival is, like I said, a fun ship. There's always stuff going on. There's always trivia, karaoke. The karaoke is very entertaining. Unlimited drink packages and karaoke are one of the most entertaining things you'll do. I did spend most evenings in the piano bar, which is a lot of fun. And again, I met some really, really nice people on the cruise. So I was never alone. I'd sit down and people would join me. And as a matter of fact, sometimes people would save seats to me. It was actually kind of fun walking, down the hallway and another group yells your name. Again, here's another video of the Red Frog Pub, which was pretty much a pre-dinner or after-dinner hangout, which is right near the Alchemy Bar. Speaking of the Alchemy Bar, that's something that's gotten really good on cruise ships, where they do specialty cocktails with a flair. As you see here, they're doing a flight of martinis where they mix them all up and they try to pour them perfectly into a glass. Again, on Carnival on almost every cruise ship, it's about the fun, and this was definitely a really neat thing to watch.
This is going down and this is going up. No, even one drop.
Awesome! Last night I decided to treat myself to specialty dining at Cucina di Capitano, the Italian restaurant on board. As you can see, I was probably the only one treating myself to specialty dining, so I kind of got serenaded by the waiter, by myself with just a couple of other people, but the food was excellent. And here we are in the piano bar again. I had a lot of fun at the piano bar. That's always one of the more entertaining things on a ship. The entertainment in general was excellent on the Carnival Sunrise. Again, everything centered towards just having a good time and having fun, and the passengers really had a great time. As we watch the sunset on the last cruise, I'd like to invite you to please subscribe to my channel and hit that like button if you liked what you're seeing. It really helps us out and helps out the channel. Costs you nothing, and this way you can see all of the videos that we do. Angela and I will be doing quite a few videos on places we've been, and then some vlogging from places we're going. So I promise you my thoughts on solo cruising. It's a mixed thing because Angela and I are very close, as I'm sure you'll be able to tell through the videos. But it was also a really, really good time, and I have a wife that is very supportive of my business and gives me a lot of freedom, which is absolutely amazing, and I can't thank her enough. Did I have a good time? Absolutely. Would I go on another solo trip if Angela couldn't come along and the opportunity arose? Yes, I would. Like I said, I met some really, really nice people on the cruise ship. who I still remain friends with, and there's just it's a different experience. The most uncomfortable thing was probably sitting alone by yourself, but I'm a retired transit cop, so I'm used to sitting and eating by myself anyway, so it really didn't bother me. But if that may be something that bothers you, then that's something you might consider. But other than that, you will find people on cruise ships that are also solo and just have a great time. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day and be safe. See you on our next adventure.